I think the main points from my presentation this evening that I'd like to take people away are that there's been a lot of change in the HE sector in the four home nations, particularly in England with the Brown Review and the associated changes to fees. I think the second point is that on the surface, the English system and Scottish system look relatively healthy. There's more ostensible questions in the Welsh system. But actually underneath the surface, I think there's a lot of change that's still due to be had. I think there'll be a lot of questions that will be asked in the future, and I think we may well be in for another bout of reorganisation in HE at some point in the next few years. I think these are really important questions for the HE sector to grapple with because they affect everyone that's in it. They don't just affect students, they affect staff, academic and non-academic staff. So for HR professionals working in HE, the questions are, what does it mean for the individuals? What does it mean for example, the contracts that will be had for staff? What does it mean for the wages that you're going to pay? What does it mean for the future recruitment patterns of staff and students? These are really big questions that are going to affect HR professionals. I think the main thing that I'm expecting is that people enjoy it and don't walk out or boo me or tell me I've got something factually wrong in the middle of the presentation. I think beyond that, I'm hoping that people go away with a bit of thinking about some of these issues. They're issues which are not directly related to HR, although, as I say, they have bigger HR consequences. But I'm hoping that people have a think about them and think about what it means for their institution and what it means for them as HR professionals within it. I think the key issues facing HR professionals in large organisations are dealing with the pace of change and dealing with the pace of change in a complex environment. So the amount of legislation surrounding human resources is large, it's going to only increase. And the more innovation that happens in the sector, the more that different types of institutions set up, different contracts, the more that that's going to create issues for HR departments. And needing to be able to deal with those is really important. I think HR can play a really important role in helping institutions through those. So for example, if the strategic direction of a university is to do something more innovative, then the HR department can play a really important supporting role in, for example, saying what the contractual implications will be, or what the wage implications will be, or whether it's even possible to do this and work in a more flexible and agile model. So without knowing the HR implications, it's very difficult for an institution to think about how it might change, and HR support is critical to making that change happen.